shared my screen. I think I should get off. So yes, as I was saying, today, yeah, so this is session 2, and it is going to be by me, and today we are going to mainly look at some of the fundamentals, so setting up a wallet address, and there are very many things to do with the wallet address. So the way you communicate with a blockchain is either through your wallet address or through a smart contract, but I cannot call it communicate. Probably I can call it the way you do transactions, because if you're reading from the blockchain, if you're just reading from the blockchain, you really don't need like an address. You just need to call the blockchain and to return the data. Maybe you specify some things and it returns the data because you're reading data from the blockchain. But when you're writing, you would need an address, since what you're going to write will not be removed, and we need to know that it was written by this address. Anyway, that's something top. But also the wallet address is the wallet that keeps our sort of our assets. So maybe as I'm talking about it, there are many wallet addresses. For Ethereum and for development, we use mainly MetaMask. So does all of us have laptops? Like seriously, we all need to, okay? So yeah, I want us, those who don't have and those who don't have MetaMask installed, to install. And also if you have MetaMask installed and is keeping your assets, I want you to install a new MetaMask. So I'm going to go to, I think I don't have MetaMask on Firefox. I'm going to open up Firefox and take us through installing a MetaMask address. So from this address, we shall talk with the blockchain, we shall deploy smart contracts, and it will be showing that it's our address actually that did this. So also, yeah, you can do many things. You can send assets from your address to another address. So I think here I don't have a MetaMask. Yes. Thank you so much for that. For Chrome, you can really go to Chrome and and get one. I will request us to share our screens to know that we have addresses, because we need this piece to do the next steps. Yes. Otherwise, you can ask questions about MetaMask, or you can give better explanations about MetaMask address. Okay. So install MetaMask on Firefox. So one thing you should know about MetaMask is this is the thing that keeps your assets. So as we are installing, we are going to be like going through the security precautions. One thing you should take for sure is that you should not share your seed phrase. We are going to see what a seed phrase is. Actually, the seed phrase is your MetaMask. Like if you want to put your MetaMask or your wallet, the seed phrase is your wallet, so not MetaMask. So if you have another wallet and you get the seed phrase, that will be your wallet. So if somebody gets access to your wallet, yes, they can use it they can like deplete all your assets. By your assets, I mean your tokens, probably your NFTs. So this is how we install MetaMask. Hope my screen is visible. Manage your add-on theme. Okay, I agree. So trusted by millions, MetaMask is a secure wallet, making the world of Web3 accessible to all. One of the things we said is the use of blockchain is to remove intermediaries. That means that with your wallet, you can send assets to another wallet without any intermediary entity like a bank or what. And these wallets are called cold wallets. No, they are called they are called non-custodial wallets. Yeah. So a non-custodial wallet is a wallet which you own fully. So owning this wallet fully has advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is you have absolute control over your assets. That means that if you send me probably, let me say 1 ETH, I will receive that amount that you've sent, and there is no third party that will take away some transaction. Apart from the transaction fees by the blockchain, there is no any other third party. But then if I'm using a custodial wallet, something like let me say Binance or Bybit, it gives me a layer of security that if I lose my private keys, I can, maybe let me say I use my password, I can go to Binance and then query, and then Binance can be able or any custodial entity to recover my password and then bring back my wallet assets. But then also the custodial wallet leaves my assets in the hands of Binance. So it's like mobile money. Actually, your money is not with you, it is with the mobile money. So in case the bank has some questions with you, your account can be frozen or something like that. But then if you own your account, so for example here you have a non-custodial wallet, you own your assets. That also simply means that if you lose the seed phrase or you lose the password, you can't access the assets in your wallet. Okay. Then the other thing is you have to be very you have to be precautious about security. So I'll go and create a new wallet. So they want to gather some info, how to interact with our marketing. I can say no thanks. So let me type a password. Okay. And these wallet addresses, we are going to use them for development. Yeah, I think let me share if I can share the so I think this form we added the address, so you can, I think we'll put the place for the address, so you can put the address that you will use during programming or during the bootcamp. This will not be the main address that you have your real assets on, but to be used during the programming and so on. Yeah, so you could fill that form at your pace. We're having the okay. So understand MetaMask cannot recover this password for me. So that means, for example, if you lose, if you have your seed phrase and you want to transfer your MetaMask wallet to either device or another phone, you just import. Okay, here if I say create new wallet, not now. So this video is about to learn about your secret recovery phrase and how to keep your wallet safe.
MetaMask is a new way to connect to sites and applications. On traditional websites, a central database or bank is responsible for controlling and recovering your accounts. But on MetaMask, all of the power belongs to the holder of a master key. Whoever holds the key controls the accounts. Your secret recovery phrase is your master key. It's a series of 12 words that are generated when you first set up MetaMask, which allow you to recover your wallet and funds if you ever lose access. It's important that you secure your wallet by keeping your secret recovery phrase very safe and very secret. If anyone gets access to it, they will have the master key to your wallet and can freely access and take all of your funds. To secure your MetaMask wallet, you'll want to safely save your secret recovery phrase. You can write it down, hide it somewhere, put it in a safe deposit box, or use a secure password manager. Some users even engrave their phrase onto a metal plate. Nobody, not even the team at MetaMask, can help you recover your wallet if you lose your secret recovery phrase. If you haven't written down your secret recovery phrase and stored it somewhere safe, do it now. We'll wait. And remember, never share your secret recovery phrase with anyone, not even us. If anyone ever asks you for it, they're trying to scam you. That's it. Now you know what a secret recovery phrase is and how to keep your wallet safe and secure.
So most of the time when we are installing, we really don't follow, we don't read through this, but this is it's very fundamental, because as you start engaging this field and maybe you start getting, for example, somebody is sending you some money through your wallet, you will then start to realize how important these things are. Personally, I've lost some funds. Actually, I have a wallet that has funds, but I don't have access to that wallet. And I used to neglect like these things. So yeah, can go to secure my wallet. If you say remind me later, that means you have not accessed your seed phrase, so your wallet is not secure yet. So here, since I'm going to use this I'm going to install it and uninstall it, or I'm using it for just for education purposes, but no one is supposed to see my secret key. I'm going to reveal it, but you're not supposed to, so I'm just going to copy it somewhere. So no one's supposed to see your secret, but this one I'm going to uninstall it just after here. But you're also advised to have two MetaMask wallet, one which is always having your assets, that does not often that you don't often use to test out things, and one that you're going to use for programming. So next, so they're saying me confirm your secret recovery. So word 4, 1 2 3 4 pumpkin. Flat. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 spend. Click, ugly, flat, pump, kind, pumpkin, sugar labor tattoo, spend, confirm. So I don't know why it's not confirming. So your wallet is protected and ready to use. You can find your secret recovery phrase. Yeah. So if someone has copied my secret recovery phrase, they can they have my wallet on there. Somebody can just import. So instead of installing, they can just say import wallet, and then import my recovery, and then input my 12 words. Yeah. So to that point, I want to ask how many people have like a wallet for development, or yeah, have like a MetaMask. Okay. Judith, I'm seeing okay, 3, 4. All right. So others, what's up? Yes, Mr. Mwanji, you can go on.
So I was asking, why is it particularly important to use a different, to have two, like to use one for, can they be hacked? Why is that hack very important? Thank you.
Okay. Um. So there is one thing. Gawashraf, I don't have a wallet. So can you like create one, or like that, following the way we have been doing? We can give you time. Yes. So that's okay. So you've installed the extension for MetaMask. Is it successful? All right. So yes, please, everyone go on and install an extension. So someone was asking, why should you have to? So the reality is, always whenever you're programming, you are exposing your wallet. So for any mistakes that you do, for example, in some of the code you do, you may use your private key instead of maybe putting it in an environmental variable and then push your code to GitHub. Bots are everywhere. So as long as somebody gets access to that private key or a bot, and then sort of gets access to your MetaMask as an admin, they get access to your assets and can deplete it. And this is very common in the Web3 space. Yeah, you have to take responsibility of of yourself. Any other question? So I don't know. I think one of the things maybe I can ask is if we can share our screens and yes, Judith.
Um, yeah, please, I need some clarifications on a different types of wallets. So I know there's something called cold wallets, custodial wallets, and then non-custodial wallets. Please, I'd love to know the differences of all these in details, and if you could give examples of cold wallets, custodial wallets, and non-custodial wallets, how they work, why they're different from each other, why we need them when we need them.
All right. So wallets. Let me give a big explanation about wallets. Actually, wallets are a big issue because the blockchain could be secure, but just during your connections on the blockchain, that could lead to insecurity. So there are mainly two kinds of wallets. We have hardware wallets and software wallets. Yeah. So for the hardware wallets, those are things those are wallets that are stored in tangible devices, and yeah, so you could choose to store your money maybe on a wallet that is tangible, like you work with it. Um, there are wallets like Trezor, I think Trezor wallet, yeah. But then there are also like soft wallets, I think. Now in the soft wallets, there are two categories. There is custodial and non-custodial. I think both. No, there are cold wallets and hot wallets. Okay, yeah. So cold wallets are the ones that are hardware based, and hot wallets are the ones that are software based. Software are like MetaMask extensions. Uh, what other wallets? Maybe Bybit. Yeah, those are all hot wallets. Now, in the hot wallets, we have the custodial and non-custodial. The custodial are the ones where you don't have actually ownership of your keys. So your keys are stored by the entity that is owning the wallet. For example, when you open up a Binance account, you don't really store your keys. Binance stores them on your behalf. So that's a custodial wallet. A non-custodial wallet is one where you have full authority and over your keys. Yeah. So for example, MetaMask, which we have installed, yeah, and there are other wallets which I think we have MetaMask mainly. We have other wallets I know are not in this ecosystem. Yeah, but these wallets, you have full control over your wallet. So that means that in case you lose your keys, or you lose your passphrase, or in case they deplete your wallet, no one, yeah, there is Trust Wallet, thank you. No one will really bail you out. But also think it also helps that no one can interfere with your wallet, however much amounts of a token you have in that wallet. Yeah.
I come again. Yeah. So there is MetaMask, there is a Phantom Wallet, and there is maybe Trust Wallet and all those wallets. So do they weigh the same?
No.
And what is a Phantom Wallet? Because Phantom Wallet they give you a seed phrase, MetaMask they give you a seed phrase, Tron Wallet they give you a seed phrase. So are those custodial wallets or non-custodial wallets?
They are non-custodial wallets, but also
Okay.
their security does not weigh the same. Their security depends on the architecture of the makers of the wallet. Actually, what happens is when you open up a wallet address, your assets are not kept in your wallet. They are kept on the blockchain, and they are mapped to your wallet. So your wallet is like the
Oh,
mode of access to your assets. So if you lose
okay.
your,
How about
how
how
about
about the wallets in the exchange? Like now the wallet on Binance and the wallet on Bitbyte.
so
Which ones are those?
so those wallets, the exchanges themselves have custodial wallets, so they store the seed phrase, those keys on your behalf. That means sometimes if you lose your password or your seed phrase, they can help you out. But then I think there is also a place where they put Web3 wallet. For example, on Binance, you have the Binance account and Web3. So I think that wallet is non-custodial. But then on the background, you have to look at the Binance ecosystem itself. Is it really decentralized, or it is sort of centralized? Yeah. So if the wallet is secure, you then look at the blockchain itself. And decentralized means that it has uh, decentralized number of validators and things like that. Yeah. Is that somehow okay? Maybe can someone else give an explanation?
No, that was okay on my side, unless someone else has not understood.
Okay, so Manuel said that for Windows users, the computers usually have keyloggers, crawlers that track your typing activity. So please be careful. Yeah, sometimes you may not take this advice seriously, maybe because you don't have real tokens on your wallet. But as soon as you get robbed the first time, then it's like a wake up call. You have to really secure your seed phrase. uh, and other blockchains themselves that, yeah, so I think.
Okay, again, another question. So usually, a seed phrase is so protected. It's talked about even on the blockchain. It's everywhere. Apart from that, you mean the seed phrase is the only way someone would invade your wallet? There's no any other way. For example, maybe if someone maybe used your wallet address, can someone access your funds using your wallet address? Is there no way they could hack using your wallet address?
So okay, a seed phrase. So for this wallet that this is, so let me like do it even physically. So for the wallet that I've created, if I come here, into toolbar. Okay, so this is the wallet that I've created. So to access the master wallet, if I have this seed phrase, for example, I can access this master wallet using just the seed phrase. So I can import it on my phone and even use another password. But also in this wallet, I can have many accounts. Maybe I can add an account. So add a new Ethereum account. Yes. Maybe let me say for study purposes or Kakuza study. So another account. So this account has an address that ends with 5BO, and the first account has an address that ends with 8D4E. Now, these are two different addresses. So the seed phrase, if someone has access to my seed phrase, he will have access to all those accounts. So for this, we are going to use maybe Sepolia testnet ETH. Let me go on show networks. If I click that, there is Sepolia. So let me transfer some testnet tokens to this account one and show you maybe the way security of the wallet works. So when I have some Sepolia here, I can say send and paste the wallet address DE and so 0.01 continue. So these are testnet tokens. They can be used on testnets as you're doing your deployments. So pending, maybe confirmed. So if I go to this wallet, I have 0.01 Sepolia ETH. So this is my address 1 with 0.01 Sepolia ETH that I've sent to it. But when I go to the address 2, has 0 Sepolia ETH. Now, somebody can access this account either by my seed phrase. Actually, if someone has my seed phrase, he can access all the accounts. Even when I choose like different chains, all the accounts on different chains. But then if somebody just have, this account has what we call a private key. So if somebody has a private key for this account, they'll have access for only this account using my private key. Yes, that's the difference. So somebody can access your account using either a private key and a seed phrase. A private key is the one that when you open up this account, there is, I think, is it settings? Advanced. It is where you view your private key. So most of the time you use your private key. Where is it? Always use your private key when, I think, account details. Yes, account details. So it is here. Account details. Show private key. So when I click on account details, show private key. So if I put in my password and show my private key, I don't know why it is showing me incorrect password. Have I quickly forgotten? If I hold and show my private key, maybe I am using it to automate transactions. As soon as I upload that private key on the internet, or as soon as other people can see the private key and copy it, then they have access to only this account. Yes, I think those are the main ways. Then, so most of the ways is you find that somebody has written a smart contract. Maybe you're connecting to this website, and the smart contract gives them like full access to your wallet. So yeah, somebody can write a smart contract, and then you say connect, and you accept full access to your wallet, but that is you. So yeah, that can also be another way that you can have issues. Yes, this is good than setting up MetaMask. So I will really ask you to share your addresses there. So these addresses are the ones that you will be using. But you see, if you have my address, for example, you have this address, you have this MetaMask address. I can even share it in the group. You cannot steal my funds, but you can see the funds on my address, on my wallet. But you cannot do anything with my funds. Yes. Any question?
Yes, just one more. Can a wallet receive money from any other wallet? For example, if I have a MetaMask wallet and someone wants to send me funds for maybe a Trust wallet, does it work?
As long
Like they
as
have a Trust wallet
as
and
long
they need
as
to send me.
it's on the same chain.
That's on the same chain. Is Trust wallet on Ethereum?
No, like if you're sending money on Ethereum, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Mwanje was also asking, maybe someone else can add on that.
I was asking how exactly is there any specific differentiation between a private key and the seed phrase? How are they different? Like anything that's so specific about them? Why are they two and different? You know.
So, okay, so the difference between a private key and a seed phrase, um, so I think a seed phrase is like the master key. It's the master key of your wallet. All assets in your wallet, whether NFTs, and the seed phrase is a key to an account in your wallet. Okay, is that fine? Yeah. So really setting up wallets is something that is huge. We don't give it a lot of time, but it's seriously it is seriously needed. So for this, for as we are going into this, we are going to be using deploying on Ethereum and on Lisk Sepolia, and yeah, we are always going to just be changing like just chains, but as long as you deploy on Ethereum, you can deploy on Lisk, and it is easy to track like progress. So for example, if you've done work, somebody can just have your address. So for example, if you pick my address and you take it to, so these funds were testnet funds. They were on Lisk Sepolia. No, on Sepolia ETH. Yeah, on Sepolia ETH. I can go to the Sepolia ETH Explorer. So I think Sepolia Explorer. I think for Ethereum. Yeah, it is testnet Sepolia Blockchain Explorer. So maybe others can send in their wallets in here in the view, and then we check them out. Like, so if you come here, there is here where you can search for any address. So I can put in my address and see the amount of tokens that I have, or anyone can see the amount of tokens that that address holds, but they don't have like any access to it, or like any way they can steal those funds. So my balance in testnet ETH is 0.01. Yeah, so this is not real money, and it's showing here transaction hash, where it came from. So yes, that is sort of the way it is. Any questions? So if I check, maybe for example for Ronnie, I can get the wallet address and check here. So this same wallet address, if you need maybe to send assets on a given network, this is the address that, or somebody wants to send you money or tokens, they will ask for your address, and this is the address you give. So he has created his address. It shows that there has been no transaction on this address and has 0 ETH. So has 0 Sepolia ETH, testnet ETH. Okay. So somebody here had promised to send people testnet ETH. Yeah, so this is the transparency, but their wallets are anonymous unless somebody has told you that that's my wallet. But you can transparently see the transactions that have happened to that wallet, when it was created, things like that. Is it a spam or not? So that's how even you check, like if somebody is really trying to ask for your seed phrase, or giving a wallet that has issues. And this is also the way they spam for bot farmers. Like there are many people who do token airdrop farming but are using bots. So that's how, yeah, sometimes they check for them. Can get an automator. Oh guys, sorry, I was talking but I thought I'm not muted. Yeah, thank you. I don't know if the issue is here, but Yeah, I was muted, seriously. Thank you. Yeah, but as I was saying, this is how we check for wallet, for whether the wallet has had transactions on the mainnet or on the testnet. How many transactions? When was it created? Yeah. Okay. I think we have at least many of us have created wallets, so we can continue. Or yeah. Yeah, we have also talked about the security. So in case your wallet address leaks, no, the seed phrase of your wallet address leaks, throw it away, get a new one. If it has proof of reputation, maybe just keep it somewhere else, but don't use it for transacting actual funds. That's why we advise that you have a wallet address for practice. All right. So on this wallet address, if I want to add so I have my address. Yesterday we talked about many things, including other chains, L2s. So if I want to add any chain, one, you can choose chains from here. So I'm currently on Ethereum mainnet. I can be on Linear mainnet, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base. I can just add Optimism mainnet. All these, some are L2s and others are L1s. So Optimism is an L2. So as soon as I click add, then it brings this. So these days it was made simple. You can also add this manually. We shall see. Then adding network. So when it adds network, and then I shift, so I'm on Optimism here, Optimism mainnet. If I want to add the Optimism testnet, so test networks are networks where you first build from before you launch your product on mainnet, because when you're launching your products on mainnet, you are incurring actual costs, but on testnets, you can get testnet funds to test until your thing is ready for production. So for this, we are going to add Lisk testnet. So there is a platform called Chainlist. So if you don't know, like if you quickly want to add a given chain that you're developing on, so the quickest place to find it is Chainlist. So here on Chainlist, like there are thousands of chains, like almost all the chains are here. So all these are some are layer 2, some are blockchain, some are solving maybe interoperability, some like all these are networks. So if you want to add, for example, a testnet, include testnets, and this time I want to add let me say Lisk testnet. So we are going to be deploying both on Ethereum testnet, which is Sepolia, and Lisk to see the differences, and also to so if I click here, I can also connect and approve. So if I approve and then I go to this, to my MetaMask, here I'm on Lisk. Lisk Sepolia. Okay. So one of the other ways you can do is add manually, I think. Is it in settings? Advanced? General. I've used the Chainlist for a long time, that I've forgotten adding. Okay, I think Tesoro is here. Add a custom network. So here where they are different chains here. You can have Lisk, we have Ethereum mainnet, Sepolia testnet here, and Linear Sepolia. These are testnets, but You can add a testnet or a mainnet, but you can also add custom network. So for example, you've searched for whatever network that you would want to add on. Let me say add base test network to MetaMask manually. So sometimes here when you're probably they will show you, let me see, yeah, so there is base network information. You need this information to connect to MetaMask wallet to base to MetaMask wallet on desktop. So this is the information that you will need, which includes so here if I search for it, let me say add custom network, so custom name, base mainnet. So this is base, but also there is a button, but let me just add it and we see mainnet RPC URL, so HTTPS .org. Chain ID 8453. Currency symbol ETH. Block Explorer. Okay, so base mainnet was successfully added. So if I go here on the list, we have base mainnet. Okay, so I've now changed the chain. I'm on base. Yes, so we go back to Sepolia. Now the other thing is when you connect to a website with your wallet, if you're done using that website, you should come here and disconnect. So here there are always the websites that you've connected to, you come and you disconnect. This is for security purposes, because some websites can have malicious smart contracts, or you can be even some of the builders of those malicious smart contracts, and then like drain funds from your wallet or any person's wallet. So that's a very common thing in the Web3.
Please say that again. Usually after doing what? We disconnect the wallet?
Okay, let me
When do
see.
we disconnect?
So let me say I've gone to some, let me go to Uniswap. So in case I want to exchange some tokens, probably I want to exchange ETH for USDT. I can go to Uniswap, then here connect wallet, and I connect. So these are platforms that we are going to learn to build. Yeah, like not Uniswap, but so because I want to exchange, I connect to okay, I connect to Uniswap. So after connecting, it will show my balance. So I have 0. So in case I had tokens, I can maybe sell the ETH tokens and select a token that I would love to get. Maybe I want USDC token, and yeah, enter the amount that I want to sell. So after making that transactions and I get what I've sold into my wallet, my wallet my wallet address will still, if it is not disconnected, it will still be connected to Uniswap here. So if I click on this Uniswap, it is showing me that I am connected to Uniswap. Disconnect. So some of the platforms you're going to go to, maybe it's an airdrops platform and they have told you do these exchanges. They could have smart contracts that maybe have bugs, or even if it is your website, could have, you never know. So sometimes if you just leave your wallet connected to that website, maybe you can give access to the website to drain you, or that connection can be a weak point. So you always come back and disconnect it and disconnect. Yeah. So after disconnecting, here it has disconnected. Okay. So security. Yes.
What happens? You said some websites might be having malicious smart contracts, right?
Yeah, so this Web3 are behind the scenes of like Uniswap, are smart contracts, of course. So even the owners of the websites may not have intended to have a malicious smart contract, but maybe they have a bug. You've had issues where platforms like Balancer were drained. So it's a flash loan platform. So one guy came out and warned them of having like bugs in their website, and they didn't listen, and they were drained up to around $500,000 worth in token. So yeah, so such things happen because yeah, this is a field where money is moving. So at least you have to be cautious. So for example, this is the balancer. I think we have sessions, but they will come in the future. Start about flash loans. Yeah, so here you see when I click connect, it asks me to connect my MetaMask or any other wallet. All these wallet connect, Rabbi, Coinbase, Rainbow. Yeah. And then when I come here and connect, so in the decentralized ecosystem, it's like your wallet is like your login. So accept Balancer's policy. Most of us even don't read, and then proceed. So in Balancer, there are liquidity pools where you can swap, or where you can provide liquidity, things like that. Yeah. So after you doing something with this, within this, maybe for example, for this case it is Balancer, you come to your MetaMask, and then disconnect. So depending on the platform you've gone to, yeah. So when you disconnect here, then now you're no longer connected, because you can end up, for example, I can connect to Balancer, um, and let's say I have some money here. Okay, let me use even a wallet that has money, has some dollars, like 5. So I have here an address with 10 USDT worth of ETH on the mainnet. So I say maybe connect to Balancer, think this should be here. So I can probably come here, connect, and maybe in these liquidity pools, probably I want to swap or provide liquidity for, again, because now here they are showing if you provide liquidity you are getting 5.36%, like, yeah. So maybe I want to provide liquidity in this Aave pool. So since I don't have Aave tokens, I could say let me go to Uniswap. And connect to MetaMask. So I have some ETH tokens, and you see here they show I have 0.004. So I can swap these, maybe let me say, but I'm not going to swap since a lot of my money will be, like I only have transaction fees. I use this money for transaction fees. So swap it for maybe Aave tokens. So if I'm to swap, I will get this worth of Aave. Okay, let me try to swap. I don't know. Network fee. You see, one of the things we talked about Ethereum is that it has a lot of gas. So these are the big reasons as to why we would rather deploy on a layer 2 like this, because it has less gas. So if I do this swap, it will cost $3. Yeah, so I will not do that swap. Maybe now if I swap and I have Aave tokens, I can come to Balancer and invest into this liquidity pool for a 5.6% like interest in my money. I think this is, yeah. So having done that, I should always remember to come back to my wallet and disconnect, because as you connect all these addresses, you see here it shows you so all the networks are connected, and if I edit here, it will show you that I'm connected. So this website, though I'm only connecting on the mainnet, it is connecting to all other networks in the MetaMask. So one of the ways to keep secure is always disconnect. And if you disconnect from this site, you will need to reconnect your accounts and network to use this site again. Yeah, I'm done with that. Also, let me check here. So you can also disconnect from here, I think. So here, you can come here and disconnect. Yeah, so that is just a security precaution. Is that fine? Okay. So let's go to the next thing. The next thing that we wanted to talk about is so GitHub repositories and conversation. So most of the work, at least some of the works that you're going to do, we opened up a GitHub repo by Decentracode, so cohort 1. So yeah, you can really I think we shall be using these for us to be handling in some of the work. But we started by creating an issue. So we have cohort one. So I think let me send this in the let me share this. So one of the things we did is to set up a GitHub repo. So one of the ways we shall track your progress is through maybe GitHub commits, and also like the deployments you've made through your wallet address. Yeah, so we have cohort one, and here we have repositories. So we had this thing like called pitch Tuesdays, where you know you can just come and pitch an idea. We are just going to start with pitching ideas, and then as we study and learn, you could pick up new ideas, or you can craft this into products like by building. So yeah, so here under repositories there's this repository, and it has an issue here, one issue. So yeah, so for this issue you can come and like sort of contribute to the issue. So the issue is simply you like write it could be slides, like a starting bit of you pitching an idea, any idea that you could get it online, that can be built using the blockchain. Yeah, so we shall be reading this out on Tuesdays here. We don't know whether we shall also do it online, but yeah, this will be like sort of always, how to follow up on what you've discovered and what you think you can build, or what needs to be built in the Web3 space. Okay, so away from that, we are going to go, how do we use GitHub? So do all of us know how to use GitHub? Or yeah, maybe I need answers. Or like people can research on how to use GitHub. I think I've gotten
Maybe you can trust, especially that point of pitching. I was just about to ask, where do we click to submit the idea? I didn't see.
So if you want to submit the idea, you submit it on the issue. So here when you come to cohort one, yeah, there is issues. So there is one issue, ideation and pitch. You come. So it's like you're going to create a pull request. I don't know. Yeah, you come. So cohort one builders must submit a markdown, which is a write up of their idea every Tuesday. It can contain a link to the GitHub repository. So you can start with maybe an empty GitHub repository, a pitch video, and this was and a presentation, whatever you feel like, whether a presentation if they have any. So yeah, so for example, let me use an account that is mine. Okay, Mr. Arnold.
Yes, I just want to help you, to help you explain about the issue and also GitHub. If you have maybe an idea, if you want to create, you can create a new issue and make it as a discussion. Someone can come with an idea, and another person can say this idea can be implemented like this, and until the idea comes to reality, like we finish to do it. Yeah, and for first, before going to PR, like, I don't know if is there anyone who have been using GitHub. If someone have been using GitHub, he can put a like, and there someone can know how to explain about that.
By the way, yeah, like GitHub conversations have been, you know, have you guys been using GitHub, or this is like all? Because actually, I was also thinking, how easy can we make it? Like, so if you've been using GitHub and you feel, because I feel it's a good place for us to always stay in sync. Yes.
Or maybe is there anyone who have an account on GitHub? If you have an account, you can just react.
So maybe let's share our GitHub accounts. You could get yourself a follow. Yes, we are waiting for more GitHub accounts. So if you don't have a GitHub account, yeah, this is good. So I think we can follow each other. Like, give some people a follow on their GitHubs. Go and see what they are doing. Um, you can learn from them. Yeah, let's just have that. We are still, looking through. For me, I'm following everyone. Yeah. So great work. So yeah, I think we can say that most of us have GitHub accounts, or we have. So yes, let's have a discussion on how best we can, you know, we can keep conversations, we can keep having those speech between ourselves. Yeah, maybe you could come on that repo and create an issue. So let me go back to the repository. And then people who want to contribute to your idea. Where is it? Where is it? So yeah, this was just made. So cohort 1, and probably you come here, you come to issues and create a new issue, and probably put your idea, like open an issue or create new issue. Yeah, and people can read through the issues and probably, that even can be a good way for you to create a team, or people read through the ideas and discussions still continuing. The main essence is for us to be engaged and have discussions on what we can build on, and then build, yeah, and see how we keep pushing the boundaries. Does that sound good? Okay. And then you can also look through other people's GitHub, look the way they are presenting their GitHubs. And yeah, you can maybe copy their markdown and or ask them how they are doing it, things like that. Okay. GitHub conversations. So yeah, one of the things that we talked about is being serious with our GitHub. So you could maybe write about what you're learning and reference the GitHub repository and things like that. Okay, I think we can have a break and stretch for remix and writing some code to start. But as we are having breaks, you need to have testnet eth. So I saw someone here, I think it was Angela, who asked your address to send testnet eth because we are going to write some introductory code at least. So let me see if on Sepolia scan. So when you create a new address, sometimes it is very hard for you to get testnet eth these days because people think that wallet is a spam wallet. So yeah, this one already has gotten one from 29 minutes, so that's awesome. You see, even if I don't know, even if I have no access to the wallet, but I can know that this wallet has balance. So this one has 0 testnet eth. Hopefully by the time we start, you are having this one as well. No transaction yet. So one of the ways to get testnet eth is to use Alchemy. So you go to Sepolia facets. So there are many facets, but they have like sort of a minimum requirement. So for you to get, for example, Chainlink has facet, but for you to get this testnet eth, you must have one link token on your mainnet. So we are going to use some of us who have tokens, who have testnet tokens to send to us. So if you have some testnet tokens, you could send to any of those that have sent their wallet in the group, as we are having a break. And yeah, you can also have any discussions you would want to take on. So we are going to have a break for roughly 10 minutes. By 35 minutes past 6, we shall be back to go into remix. So also, if you don't have testnet Sepolia eth, you can share your wallet address in the group so that someone with some testnet eth can send to you some testnet tokens to use during the coming sessions. All right, we are back. Yeah, it's incredible. Okay, so now we are going to look at an IDE. It's like an online IDE. You know, when you just want to quickly deploy a smart contract on a blockchain, there's this IDE called Ethereum Remix IDE. So it's called remix.ethereum.org. Not remix, not project. It is this one. remix.ethereum.org. So this is an online. So there are some ways how you can deploy your smart contracts. One can be on your local machine, but secondly, you can use an online IDE. So for this case, Remix. So Remix, this is how it looks like. So it has what we call workspaces, and in these you can create your own workspace, but it comes with this. So what mostly we focus on is creating the file. So smart contract files end with .sol. So maybe begin could be capital small .sol, meaning like .solidity. So as soon as you create your file, so the file opens up here. Maybe if you're on another tab, you can come and then start writing maybe your Solidity code. So this is the Remix ID. It is used really for writing some smart contracts that you can deploy online. And one of the good things with this is that you can connect it to your MetaMask. So since I'm using MetaMask on this, so let me open it from here. So done, and yeah, so it has these tabs. This is home. When you click, it is home. This is your file explorer, so you can toggle between your files being viewed and just having the entire window. There is a search, there is compiler, and then there is deployment. So you can add extensions. Maybe you want to verify your smart contract, Git, yes, script configuration. So mainly we use this and this so much, and then we can add some extensions. Yes. So let's probably write our first smart contract, which is hello. Maybe I can say cohort 1. Hello cohort 1.sol. So this will better show us how it works. So yeah, always you start by an identifier. Okay, SPDX. This is always, like, I've seen it on all the smart contracts. I think it is the free open license from MIT. Then you can now declare the compiler version. So maybe I can say not declare but compiler. Am I getting the no compiler version? So probably can have, we declare it by pragma solidity, then the version. So good enough, we have some additional extension, so greater than 0.8, probably 0.17. I think we're on 26, yeah, but any works. So this pragma solidity shows that the solidity version you're using, or the compiler version that will compile your solidity version. So solidity language is language that has been, evolving. Yeah, good. I have an autocompleter, but can just write this hello cohort. So you start your contract by the contract name and the name of your contract, but this is just to test. So yeah, then you can have maybe string public. So we are going to be learning more about the public, private keyword, external and internal. Maybe greeting. Okay, I think that can be the end of our smart contract. So the reason for writing this smart contract is this is actually the syntax. You start with the pragma solidity, and this and the pragma solidity must be there. Okay, so can remove one because we have spdx. You have it here. Okay, then the contract name, and then define what your contract does. So for us to deploy, we go here and you can compile, or you can put on auto compile so that whenever you write, it automatically saves. So if I click on compile, this one has and brings a tick. That means that your Solitaire program, the syntax of your Solitaire program is okay. But you can also make sure that you write you click on auto compile. I don't know why this is not going. Then this is where you deploy. So here you will see the compiler version. So we put greater than 0.8.17. So since this 0.26 is greater, we are still okay. And then so this is where we deploy. So as we deployment, we need to know the address that as we deploy, we need to know the address that deployed. So Remix has, yes, Omega Judith.
I was asking, isn't it possible to write Solidity code on VS Code? Does it have to be Remix? Or do people actually rewrite serious code on Remix and deploy like they're serious?
Actually, the biggest serious place to write Solidity code is VS Code, because at least you have you can run many tests. Most especially since this code is money oriented, but you can also the reason we started with Remix is because you can really quickly, without downloading anything, without setting up anything, write some code and test it. I don't know whether people use Remix for a lot of serious code, but I usually use VS Code. But I think there are those who use it. Maybe Arnold, do you have something to add on that?
Yes. To use Solidity on VS Code of, is in two ways. One, you have Node installed on your machine, because you can use Solidity using hard, or another way, you have to install another tool called Foundry that can help you to run Solidity code in your local environment. Yeah, that's how I can say about that. But from like the good things of using Remix, it helps you to learn the first basic without get to install other things. I think installing Foundry, we will install it later maybe. Yes.
Okay. Um, Omega, Judith, have you been like sort of answered? Okay. So yeah, the reason I was writing this smart contract is to show us. Uh-huh. Is someone having any question?
Yeah, my reason for saying that is that since most of these guys here, almost I think 90% are developers already, I was like, why not just go through VS Code instead of going through Remix?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure 98% of guys here at least have coded in HTML, CSS, because eventually the code you write on Remix is the code that you're going to write on VS Code. Because the process here can be extremely long, like on Remix. But it's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that should be done that way. If the protocol of the learning is that we do this, then that's fine.
Okay. But I think actually it is simpler to write code on Remix. I don't know, because you don't need to install anything. You just need to know, um, yeah, the setup and
How
just use
about
it.
tomorrow when I'm done with that with this cohort? Will I still and I need to use VS Code?
Yeah, we are going to have our sessions for VS Code. No worries. Yeah. So don't worry about that. And you can use either. But I think the easiest is Remix. That's why we have started with Remix. So that if someone wants to just go deploy a smart contract and then use it in their front end, they can just use an online editor and not have to worry about installing probably Foundry or Hard Hat. Okay. Yeah, so we are here and we compiled our smart contract. So if you are going to deploy our smart contract using our wallet address, you have to come to your wallet address and choose the chain on which you want to deploy your smart contract. So for this first one, I'm going to deploy it on Sepolia. So if I deploy it on Ethereum mainnet, I will actually be using real funds, and people who will interact with my smart contract will also be using real funds. So since I'm still testing, I can go to Sepolia, and I have 0.1, which I sent as we are starting this session. So if I want to use, for example, Lisk Sepolia, which I will check Lisk Sepolia, and the same way you deploy on Sepolia is the same way you deploy on Lisk Sepolia. I think I'll leave a test for you people to deploy there, and I'll be checking the addresses to see. I'll check like that out. So yeah, you come here, and then on Remix you use injected provider. So if you don't use injected provider, these accounts that you find on Remix are populated with 100 ETH. So if I deploy using this account, I will have the deploying address will be this address. So wherever you're deploying using your account, you can come here and change to injected provider, Yeah, so as soon as I change to injected provider, my MetaMask pops up and connect with MetaMask. This site wants to see your accounts and suggest transactions. Use your enabled network. So most of the time, this is where like sometimes we are hacked, because an account can ask for fully autonomy over your account and get access to your resources, but this is not the case. So yeah, I've connected, and once I connect, Sepolia network is shown 1155111. I think it's called a network ID. Network what? Yeah, is shown right here. So that means that as soon as I click deploy, here down, so as soon as I click deploy, my MetaMask must approve that transaction. I encourage us to always read what these words are saying. This site wants to deploy a contract. Estimated changes, no changes predicted. So network fees is this. Yeah, speed. Okay. So yeah, I'm deploying, and down here, yeah, so here there is a deployment. Also here I can I can check the deployed contract, or even I can really see. So if I pick this address, copy address, so this is the deployed address. You might not know this, but I'm trying to show you that the values of this as also we start our programming. So you'll keep understanding, I think, as we move on. So here, if I check for that address, block hash. Let me check here and see. View on Etherscan from this transaction hash, block number. Okay. So yeah, I don't know why it wasn't showing, but here transaction hash, this is it. Status from, so this is my wallet address that created, like this is mainly the information about the deployed smart contract. Yeah, the main essence of this was to show us these 4 buttons. That means that you can deploy your smart contract to the blockchain. And yeah, we have essentially just deployed our first smart contract. What I wanted to do for this was to go through writing some probably initial full Dapp that uses a smart contract as a back end. And I think, let me give that a shot. As we follow through, I will leave the code on GitHub. But away from that, there are any questions or have confused us the more? Or are there any? Okay. So
I have a question, Kakoza.
yes.
So is there any alternative to Etherscan? What
Mm,
does Etherscan scan exactly? Does it scan only smart contracts or any other transactions? For example, if you send, if now where you are, you fund my wallet with some money, with some ETH, since we are on Ethereum, would that also display on Etherscan, or it's just for smart contracts?
okay. So anyone who wants to answer that question? Okay. No one? Okay, so the Etherscan is a block explorer. What does it mean? It actually shows all the transactions since the genesis, since the start of this blockchain. So when you look at Etherscan very well, like this, there is what we call latest blocks, latest transactions
Just a minute. Did you say it shows all transactions in the history of blockchain?
of a given blockchain. In this case, Ethereum.
Oh, oh.
It
So
stores,
like it,
yeah,
oh, so if you went to, this is Ethereum, but if maybe you went to another one, maybe say Solana, it would still give you the whole history of it?
that depends on that blockchain. Sometimes that history is for example compressed. Maybe they give you uh, like pointers to the history. So actually in for example in Ethereum, what they give you is hashes. So the Etherscan is full of hashes, like like hashes of the transactions. So for example, initially if a transaction was started, transactions are combined to form one block. Maybe initially there were 10 transactions that were combined to form one block, and then a new block is formed and maybe 20 transactions, and that's how blocks get forged actually, maybe forged as time goes on, as transactions go on. And so the use of the Etherscan is to show all the transactions that have happened on the blockchain. Is you can query and find your transaction, or find transactions in a given block. Yeah, something like that. So for example, if you look at the latest block, these are the latest transactions, and these transactions may be combined and put into one block. So as long as you are searching something that has happened on that blockchain, it could be a transaction, it could be a smart contract. Yeah, that is it. So maybe when you look at Solana, there is Sol Scan, but they have their own mechanism. But that's the essence of the block explorer. So I felt like I had done this some time back, but I want to do it. So there is this like sort of building an application where you have just something and you have a front end and maybe talking to a smart contract. So I was thinking something very simple, and I think with the time we have, we can build it without taking a bit of time. Yeah. So we are going to build mainly sort of a web app, index HTML, CSS, and then connect it to a deployed smart contract, which we shall deploy using Remix. Yeah, I think it will be a good experience. So let me see if I have that, and then yeah. So for us to build this, you must be conversant with HTML, basic HTML, I don't want to overwhelm us with like React, but yeah, we can start from there. Then we shall see those in the future. So basic HTML and CSS, I think, is one of the things that you need. Um, we have MetaMask. I'm looking through what can we else have. I should have Node.js. So do all of us have Node.js installed? Okay, let's take it a bit at a time. So hopefully everyone has gotten some testnet ETH.
No.
What's your wallet? Is it the one that ends with 5E? Let me check. Please, somebody can. Uh,
Let me drop my wallet again. I've dropped it like 3 times. Let me drop it again.
but yeah, testnet ETH. If someone can really, help us, and you have some testnet ETH, it will be awesome. Otherwise, if we reach there, I'll do my best to send some. So let's start with building the. Okay. So I'm just going to name mine SmartCon HTML. Yeah, and you can use any editor since this is HTML, but I'm going to use Visual Studio Code. So if I'm using an editor and you don't have it, I think you can write down and then make it a point to get it. Yes. So I don't know why this is not coming up. Let me close it. Okay, it is here. I think I was running some server, so allow me to really first close everything with my. Okay, I think it has closed up. So
Hey, someone help me. I think I'm in a different network. I see a message that I already have Sepolia, but when I open my MetaMask, I see I'm in I think a different network, and my networks. I think I'm in Avalanche. There's Ethereum mainnet, then Linear, then Arbitrum One. How do I don't see where I was at first.
so Yeah, to get Sepolia, you scroll down.
I don't see Sepolia. There's where it says add custom network. Is that it?
Yes, you go to add custom network.
And the network name.
Sepolia.
Judy, you can also just and there is a toggle button for over allow testnet networks.
Okay, I'm on it. Let me actually check it out. I'm seeing. This is crazy. Let me check it out.
Okay, I have a lot going on. Let me try to close all this for now. I think I'm going to use another editor, but I only have VS Code now. Um, or all let me share another computer here, and yeah, I don't know whether it will make noise, but I can log in with another computer and then develop using this other one. So I think I don't know. Okay. Mr. Manuel, great. I don't know why I've used your account here, but yeah, I think, is this fine? So let me share this screen. So probably let me create a new folder here. So the essence of this app is just to have a sort of a foreground of the way, like you can have an app and then deploy smart contracts and speak to a smart contract from a front end. So normal HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Am I very okay, or I have echoes? So yeah, I have this new folder. Minute. So when you press Ctrl and italics, you open up this sort of terminal, or you can go up here. My terminal results things here, but I think file new terminal. So I'm used to the one that has here. Up here you always have terminal somewhere. Like yeah, it is here, terminal, new terminal. Yeah. So for me, I just press Ctrl with some asterisk. After escape, there is some thing and comes out. Yes.
So I was asking, how are we going to follow along? We also do what you are doing, or we just look?
I think we can do together. It is just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so it is kinda easy. Though I've taken long without doing it, but it is easy. So what do you feel? I think we can follow along.
Are you going to leave like some tasks for us to do? Like I'm sure this is for connecting together a logic.
For connecting what?
Are you going to leave some tasks for us to do in regard to this?
Yeah, I think maybe probably we can redo it, but then I want to bring that picture well, like of. I think the very hazy thing is when you just teach smart contracts, people ask now, I've deployed now what, but yeah, you might leave some things. I'm going to leave us to install the Foundry and hard hat. That is a test, so that maybe tomorrow we can start with it, but it's better when you people can research about it. Yeah, but otherwise here you can write alone, like it's very short code, and since it's HTML and CSS, let me see the time. Yeah, we are on time. I think since it is just HTML, CSS, then backend with a smart contract, then it will be easier. Yeah. How would you feel about that? Or I could upload like this on on the GitHub channel after. Yeah. So we want like to do a set and get in HTML and CSS. I think this is the only lecture we shall have like sort of an opportunity to have HTML, because we are going to be learning probably in React or something. Yeah. Any questions?
I think you're going along when you type the tags. Just press shift and the exclamation mark, and then you have the boilerplate.
Like I just copy and paste.
No, just remove that whole code. Remove the whole code.
Okay.
Okay, then press
That.
shift. Yes, yeah. Then enter.
Okay, all on the same page. uh, yeah, so we have a doc type like HTML. All of us know HTML. Okay, that's good. So maybe I could change this. Oh, I have to learn about HTML. Okay, so probably I think we have all, some of us have written this, but some haven't. And since I'm very sure that people know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, this can be a good starting point. Because I thought of starting from React, and many maybe could be lost. So inside the body tag, this is where we are going to sort of put our logic, some of the logic we need. Yeah. This logic will be speaking to a backend, which will be our smart contract. You can have both a backend, maybe a database and smart contracts, or you can have an app that just talks to smart contracts. So I think we are all well conversant with on-clicks. I can rename this after some time. You can code along. Now the issue is that as I scroll things, yeah, are we on the same page up to that point? So I'm simply writing an app which will sort of get data from the blockchain and also set data to the blockchain. So that means that we are now writing the front end, and afterwards we shall deploy maybe some smart contract, and then on clicking these buttons, we shall, call the get data function and also the set data function to get the data and set the data. Yes, is that a good explanation? Please, if you get lost somewhere, you can let us know. So since it is a small website, I can write my style here, but the advised way would be linking to a style sheet, and then you write your CSS in the external style sheet. So body is this body tag. We want to style it a bit, and then just I think the version of this in React is the quickest one, but let's have a starting point that everyone can follow. Most of the font family sans self. So we can have divs. I don't think we have divs, but yeah, I think in the body we can put some div. Okay. For the sake of styling, okay, H1 cohort font first Dapp. You can have label. Okay. I think now if we have to style this, can have div here. Should we make this CSS external?
Maybe I think you'd make the code a little bit cleaner and maybe precise so that you see everything you're doing. What do you think?
How is that? I'm just styling. In the styling.
Yes, yeah. Dot direction, colon.
That's okay.
Mm.
Okay. You have some styles on the button. I think that's enough for the styling. So I think I can say, so you can run a light server or launch your launch your app just so. Yeah, I think this is pretty clean. Hope you people are seeing it. Is the app visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now it's good.
So yeah, you're going to just have set and getting data back from the blockchain. Here I've gone live. There is an extension for going live. I think it is called live server. So if you have live server, yeah. If you don't have it, you can install it. And it is this one. You can just click it and go live, or you can watch the website like normally. Okay. What next? Let me check if I have some testnet tokens on this. This MetaMask wallet. So the next thing could be how to activate the mods for the buttons for getting data, the on-click listeners, so that at least we can get the data and also save the data from the blockchain. So to activate this, we need to deploy the smart contract that will allow us to write on the blockchain. So I've been checking. I think it's slow. Let me see if I have. So I have some testnet support here. If you don't have testnet support here, make sure you get some from a friend, or you can post in the Telegram group. So from here I'm going to load Remix. So most of these are wallets. This is Leap Cosmos wallet, Compass. So there are very many wallet types for different blockchains, but we're interested in MetaMask. I think. So there is a question here. The only URL Remix uses is remix.ethereum.org. Beware of online video promoting liquidity for runner bots. Yeah. But also my thing is taking some time. Leave this alone and stick with this. Okay, so I can write my first smart contract. Create new. I'm going to just call it data.solve. First stop there. So you can name it anything that you want to name it. And then we say, as usual, that when you are starting smart contracts, we start with SPDX identifier. Can use 19. So you name the contract. Why is this data one? Okay, I think because there is already data, I think we should go for data. Control C, Control V. I'm going to call it data reader setup. Then string, you can say now data. So we are mainly going to set this data and also read the data. So corresponding to the two buttons. Yeah, so if you want your function to be accessible, maybe say outside of the blockchain so people can interact with it, you make it public. There is string memory. I think we shall go deep into discussion of memory and storage. So how to make this public? So since this is string data, this is a new, and then I can assign this. This is a state variable. So I can assign the state variable to the variable here. And then another function to get data. Yes.
There are two variables here. There is variable data and then there's variable underscore data.
Yes.
Why?
So the variable data is a state variable, like it is declared outside of a function. So the underscore data is what is in the function, but we are setting it to whatever value of data that we have. So probably if you say, for example, data is equal to something, so this variable will pick this data. The data that will be set by the deployer probably. Yeah. For now, let's go with that. But we are going to explain more in detail, I think. But I think that's a good explanation. Anyone who has some robust explanation? So if you're reading from the blockchain, you use view. Use public view and returns. So, but yeah, this is at least not that we've studied smart contracts, but you can note some patches of it. So when you're setting, because you're going to write, I will first declare the state variable, and then the variable in the function is assigned to the state variable. So that means that whatever value that will come from the external person who will set that data, so if I write maybe number 2, that will be stored in this data in the function. But get does not need a variable because we are just reading the value. I'm almost going to finish. This. So we just return the state variable. We just return the value that is being stored in the state variable. The other thing is when you declare a state variable, but let's first stop that. And let's first try to see if our smart contract can be compiled. It's taking long. So yeah, it has compiled successfully, and let's deploy. I want to deploy in Sepolia. So the reason you use injected provider is your deployments will also be used to to mark that you've done this. As time goes on, actually we shall have even smart contract verification where we can see what you deployed. So yeah, my account is ending with 4E. I'm on Sepolia. I think I'm good to go. Injected provider. Connect. Okay, showing Sepolia here. So initially we have this string data. We have to give the initial data value. What I was going to say is that when you set this, there is a constructor that this quest sort of like a constructor, and that will be confusing anyway. Let me first provide. So here, if I put in deploy, like the deploy is not working because I need to set a value. Why? Okay. Oh, no, the account is not showing. I don't know for what reason. So I think this browser has an issue. So I'm just pasting the same code. So if compiling this is bringing issues, I can use the hosting laptop and deploy it from there. Then use this for accessing the smart contracts. Let me stop sharing for now from this laptop. I'll probably just copy this. Check on my Telegram. So yeah, we are deploying the same smart contract that we had written. Compile and then injected provider, yes, OXCF9, that's how MetaMask call it, OXCF9. So we can deploy. Gas estimation failed. I think maybe gas value, let me put 3000 away. Okay. What could be the issue? Is anyone who knows guess what the issue could be?
It failed to be deployed.
Yes, it's saying gas estimate.
Do you have enough ether?
I think, anyway, let me send someone. Probably this might be small. Okay, so I have 0.2. Guess estimate error with the following message. See below. Transaction execution will likely fail. Do you want to force sending? So yeah, it is deploying. So when I put injected provider XCF9 or XCF9 deploy. Okay, I think it has accepted. Maybe we needed just a refresh. Network fee. This is much. Network fee 0.01. I think I have 0.01. Why isn't the button Okay, confirm. Okay, so you can view an Etherscan, and this is the, let me pin it. So this is the contract address. So after deployment, you can you need the contract address and the ABI. Okay, I can copy the contract address and share with me in Telegram. Then for us to get the ABI, so the contract address is gotten from here, or even here, I think it is around here, but we usually get it from here. And then the ABI, you go back to where you compiled. Here there is ABI and bytecode. So you can copy the ABI and yeah, so I'm going to stop sharing with this computer and then go back to the app. Okay, Mr. Ronnie Mwanje, your hand is up.
Okay, I was asking if the transaction fees are directly proportional to the actual fees that are charged when you are deploying on Ethereum. I was just curious.
Yeah,
Is it directly proportional or it's just a testnet thing?
so one of the issues with Ethereum is it has a high gas fees. So that's why actually I'm going to, one of the assignment I'm going to give you is we are going to mainly use Lisk Sepolia because it has very low gas fees. Yes, so because Ethereum Sepolia takes high gas fees as Ethereum does. Yeah. Or in layer 2 can work, but we just chose Lisk Sepolia. Okay. So we are back. For us to speak to the blockchain, at least we need a wallet address, and I think we are going to use VM. So since we are having HTML, we shall just add the script for VM, but not script for VM. Let's first add the script. So on click, is it get data? You can get data method. Click here, we can say set data. Okay, let me say set my data so that we can differentiate them from the deployed smart contract. So this simply means that if you have also the ABI and the contract address, you can talk to that smart contract through the blockchain. Yeah. To be clear. So when you want to connect your wallet, you can use Ethers, you can use Wagmi, and you can use also VM. I don't know which one of those is simpler. I can go with VM for now. Are we still on time? going to leave the link to the VM library. Sometimes you can use ethers, but recently I discovered that injected provider doesn't work well with phones.
Just a quick question, Vian.
Yes.
There is that the script section. Is that could that be put in a separate tag? And then also, yeah, yes, could that be put in a separate file? And then there is this create wallet thing.
The style also.
Sorry.
Which one? The style or
No, just for readability because everything gets so busy together. So for readability, it makes it easier for the brain to understand that section of the tag. Like, could we put it in a separate file? Like, I see it's in a script. Would that be like a JavaScript file?
yeah, this is like we make an external JavaScript.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be
Like,
done.
since the code is between the script tag, is it like a JavaScript file? Or
Yeah, it's
what?
JavaScript file. We can literally put it in another file. Just that I'm still looking for the functionality as well. But I think I will clean it up. Is it too messy?
No, it's not. It's just
Oh, it is too
just
much.
it's just looking a bit congested for me. Just me. Everyone else might be okay. Just me.
Yeah. Um. Thank you for that concern. Let me first try to see if uh, everything will link up, and then yeah, we can organize a bit. I'm actually taking time without doing HTML. Since we are using Sepolia. So we have around 50 minutes. for this you can use something like ethers. Most usually ethers 5 has less bugs, but on phones I think the JavaScript doesn't respond, so that's why I went for VM. I'm also going to explain as if the code is working. So here's where we access. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably make everything separate before uploading to GitHub, but let me first put everything like just there. So the contract address, since the API is a bit big, let me just copy the address, replace the API sometime. So now let's access our variables. I think that get my data. So since we are waiting, so get element by ID. I think it is show. Setting data is a bit different because we have to write to the blockchain. Yes.
Uh, for me, I'm already out lost. But if you can give us like the big picture of what you are doing exactly, so that we keep following at least with the big picture.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
the big picture is I wanted just to make something that can show around building a front end and then building a smart contract for it and then talking to the blockchain through the front end but using the smart contract. So most of the time these projects are written in React. But then when I was thinking about this, I thought that if I write something in React, many people will be lost because some may know JavaScript without knowing React. So yeah, I'm now just trying to read the blockchain and write from the blockchain through the front end that we have written and using the smart contract that we have deployed. So for example, writing, I need this input and the ID is this. Then showing, we shall show data through this ID. So instead of writing this show data, I can remove. So this paragraph will be the one showing data. But writing to the smart contract, we shall use the input, put the data we want, and then click on the button. So yeah, that's why I'm getting element by ID by data. And of course, I want to finish and see if we can debug it if in case there's an issue. So let me first run this and then check back to see if everything is right and probably rearrange. So one of the things I've input is the contract ABI. So let me just copy it. And most of the time, or even by the time I'll upload this, the contract ABI will be in its own file. But for the sake of the tutorial, let me just put everything in one file. Yeah, or I can use this.
I have another question, but it's not. I saw you copying and pasting in your Telegram. There is a trick you did such that it has that. If you could.
So for that, it's a markdown thing. I don't know what those buttons are. There are these three buttons where there is on your keyboard where there is after escape there is that button that seems to be like a snail sort of thing. So you put three, then put the code. Maybe I want to say please copy this code. Please copy this code, and then you put those three. So have you seen that snake sort of thing? I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, I see it down below the escape thing.
Yeah. Then that's where you post your button. Maybe I can say const get button. After there, then you of course complete it with the three. So when you send it, it is code. The word is up, the word before, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So let me go live on this and then test and see. So it seems it's working because JavaScript is calling the thing, but we are going to, oh god. So I have many wallets here. Let me let me use another search engine. We test a lot of things. So on loading, it must prompt the wallet. God. Yeah, MetaMask. Guys, I'm sorry for having many wallets, but probably let me first remove the OKX. Now Phantom. Use MetaMask. I want to use MetaMask. Okay, for now, let me remove Coinbase. Let's see. Okay. Okay, not where this is. So the reason why these wallets show up is because most of their settings, they have those settings of being the preferred wallet. So if you have many extensions installed, those are some of the challenges that you find. Wallets are fighting for the place of being the most. So use MetaMask. Okay, MetaMask is here. Connect. Let's see if everything is working. So it's good for us to like be seeing this process. Sometimes how debugging happens, So get data, unquote promise ABI functions, found error, get my data not found on ABI. Okay. So then we start bugging the code. We are still on time. Hopefully. So yeah, what is our code doing? So the essence of this app, actually we have really reached like 80% of this app. I really wanted us to have this thinking of, if I'm writing a smart contract, I'm not just writing it in isolation. Maybe I want to create an application which has a front end and then a back end that is writing to, I don't know why this is coming, a back end that is writing to this smart contract, or the front end is writing to this smart contract. Let's say, for example, you want to be tracking records of a plant or of a product from the time the plant was grown then to manufacture. You can have sort of your smart contract deployed on the blockchain, but people are using the front end and maybe probably their MetaMask. Yeah. Or you could have like people use a normal Web2 app, store that data in a database, and then there is a way that data is called by maybe a given smart contract or indexed, something like that. So the entire essence of this is to have the idea that these are things that work together from front end to back end to smart contract, or from front end to smart contract, or smart contracts to smart contract. Yeah. For things like, for example, oracles, you can have smart contracts talk to smart contracts and things like that. And then maybe a front end for it. But let's go through this code. So we have 8. So this is the style, just for styling, for it to look like the way it is looking. And the title is cohort first Dapp. Head, so body. So we had 2 scripts. The first script is just to declare get my data and set my data. So we want to set data and then we want to return it back to the app. Okay, then there is this second script that is a bit long. So before we get to it, I want to go to the body itself. So we have the H1, which is course first time. Let's set and get data from the blockchain. So if we need data, we should need to have an input and an ID. So this ID will be the one used in get element by ID in our JavaScript. Okay, label for data, input data. So we have the button, on click, we call the get data variable, get data, on click, set data, variable set data. Okay, so when we click on get data, let's get my data. It's this declared variable, which get my data as a function, const data equals await. So data contract instance, and the data contract instance is get contract, address data contract ABI. So this is, I think, where the error is. And ABI is data contract ABI. So address should be the address. So we should have so data contract address. So this should be the address. So address, data contract address. So I think this is where the error is. ABI, data contract client, wallet client. Okay, let's try and see if that's the issue. Is this the thing that worked, or it's another one? I think this is it. This one failed. I need to close it a bit. So we refresh. So yeah, when you're running JavaScript, a lot of JavaScript, it's good to have your console open, like you can see the errors. Is it not connecting anymore? Yeah. So use MetaMask. So the reason it is automatically using MetaMask is because in our JavaScript, so while using VM, we just created a wallet instance, and then we chose the first address. So you saw when I created two addresses, so that means that whenever you connect to this wallet, we shall go with the first address. So you can have an account that has multiple addresses, and each address has a private key. Okay, so let's out and quote reference, set data. So the good thing is that it shows you 97. So we are here, yes, get my data const. So set data, I think it's supposed to be set my data. Okay, we go at it again. You are good to have these sessions and bug together. They're sometimes boring, but they are good. Hopefully I'm connected. The event data is deprecated and will be removed. Okay. So ABI function not found. Function get my data not found on ABI. So this is make sure you are using the correct ABI and that the function exists on it. Okay, so function get my data. Okay, here you can even easily check on the smart contracts. So on the smart contracts, or you can go to the ABI. So you see name, there is get data. Yeah, set data. So that means that I misfired somewhere. So get my sync function, await data dot contract instance dot read get data. So as we go on, we shall see that most
use
of the
use get
yes
get get
You forget T.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Let me look at set data. I said data. Okay, we go back and back again. Hopefully it has connected. So yeah, um, get data is returning the data. Let me try to put something. Control plus. It is not create. Let me set. So even set data seems to be working well. And since we are writing to the blockchain, so MetaMask must pop up so that we spend. And as I've always told you, please always, when you have anything, you're signing a transaction on behalf, read and see. Because here it says request from this, interacting with your wallet address and network fee. So sometimes you will see if it is asking you to give full authority over something that you don't know. So here I can view the transaction, but it has shown that the transaction has been successful. Then I can, like when I call get data, your data is, yes, we are writing on the blockchain. And here I can see a proof. So this data is immutable, it cannot be changed. Yeah. So the transaction hash, so wherever I have the transaction hash, you can see the data. Also, you could use my wallet address to see how my wallet address has been signing transactions and things like that. So the essence of this first app is mainly not to know a lot. I assume that we know JavaScript and HTML and CSS, which some you may not know. Maybe you didn't know VM, connecting your wallet using VM, but the essence was to give you the broader view that we are writing smart contracts not in isolation, but because of their uniqueness and what they provide, we can create the applications and then embed smart contracts somewhere. You can even have a Web2 sort of application, and then some parts are leveraging other blockchain. Yeah. I'm going to, I think, I don't know, maybe split it up into files, or I can leave it like this. Maybe I could put the API somewhere and then upload it on the GitHub link. Yeah. Any questions on this? Yes.
Maybe talking about the wallet connected, because some of us are not so familiar with. We have seen it being done, but we are not so familiar. Maybe just expound what you did there, where we're saying use Ether, that logic. Maybe you touch on it slowly. Let's see.
So when you're connecting wallets, there are libraries you can use. So there is Ethers. Now there is Ethers, there is Wagmai, there is Rainbow Kit. All these and Wallet Connect. All these are mechanisms in which you can use to connect wallets. So when you come to VM, they show you easily how you connect your wallet. So yeah, if you're going to use the mainnet or a testnet. Yeah. So the easiest way is you come here and try out things. So maybe let me be opening my code, and then we go slowly by slowly on this script. So to set up the wallet, I imported a create wallet client custom, and also a get contract from VM. So this is VM. So if you're using, React, actually React always seems simple. I want to go to docs, get started. So here you can see wallet actions, get address request. I want to look for connect chains. So if you want to look for many chains, implementation, silo, contracts. So this is the docs. I don't know. Yeah, but I can go through what I did. And so then we import, you can import Sepolia. You can import also other testnets or mainnet from this, or from VM just chains, VM chains. Now, since I'm using JavaScript, I usually have to finish it. So creating an account to connect user's wallet to the Sepolia. You have to create like sort of a wallet client, and then the address here. Most of this, the transport windows.ethereum is what prompts the Ethereum window to open up. So since we don't have like a connect button, so we are automatically checking whether the person has a wallet address, and we connect automatically. That's why when I load, the MetaMask pops up automatically. But most of the time you will have a connect wallet button where you request the user to log in, or you have an automatic and you also have a connect wallet. Yes. So then you wait for a return. So whenever a connection happens, you receive an address. So that is a request address. Then since you receive, actually this one you receive an array of addresses. So as I said in the initial wallet that I created, let me see that here. Here you can create another account. So if you have two accounts, so array of two addresses is an array of two addresses is returned, and we want to get the first account, or the account that is being used. It will always be the first account, because if I choose the second account, then it will always be used. So that's why we have these accounts. Okay, I think that's the connection. So we have sort of an assignment. The assignment is to deploy this on Lisk Sepolia. So get testnet tokens for Lisk Sepolia, and yeah, I'm going to upload this. Is someone saying something? Yeah, I'm going to upload this, and then that's one of the things that we have. So for you to do, one of the things you can do if you have a testnet is, this Sepolia has a Sepolia bridge. So to get the testnet, I think I should type in the .lisk.com. So the reason we are using Lisk one of the big reasons is because Ethereum takes a lot of gas as a layer one. So we chose to use one of the layer twos, and we chose this. So you can come here and request for some list tokens. So let me do this. I request the person Arnold, I think. You can mute yourself. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. So this is the facet, but in case you don't get tokens, you can always chat us up in the central code group. But this also has this thing where you can transfer your Sepolia tokens to Lisk Sepolia. I think it's a Sepolia bridge. Then, yeah, you never know. You could have started your projects, and I think on 8th, around 8th, we shall have some hackathons. So you guys should be by the Lisk community, by the Lisk DevRel. You guys should go and be among the people who participate. Yeah. So there is this where you can, in case you have Sepolia ETH, enough of it, you can bridge it to Lisk Sepolia, and yeah, you use it for testing. So by tomorrow, I think this will be done. Is it? Yes. So yeah, I'm going to upload this code on GitHub. Should I upload it as it is, or I should break it down into some smaller files? I might break it down and things don't work out. Or I upload it as it is.
Please break it down.
Okay. So the other thing is this form. So at least on this form you upload with the wallet address that you've used in deployments and testing out. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Any questions? We are just 4 minutes to the end of the time. Have people disappeared? Mr. Arnold, Uncle.
I'm here.
Yeah, great to have you.
Um,
Thank you for the debugs.
Liam,
Yes? Yes, Mr. Ron.
my internet is disturbing me. Okay, what I was asking, if you can maybe a high level summary of what exactly you have to do to change that
To change that to?
to say to the other list Sepolia you're saying.
So
For me, we're doing it on list Sepolia.
So the only thing you have to do to deploy on Lisk Sepolia is as you're deploying your smart contract here. Let me share my screen. So if you are deploying to Lisk Sepolia, let me say where is Remix. So So here on Remix, uh, you come here and choose list sepolia on this. So if you don't have the list sepolia testnet, you search on chain list. It's the easiest way to add the testnet. So chain list, not chain link. I think Mr. Arnold should take us through chain link protocols. I would really love to have some sessions on them. But anyway, we shall see.
Oh, if
Uh,
image, image.
so if you don't have list sepolia as one of the testnets, you come to chain list and then you include testnets and check list sepolia. So this is list sepolia. You say connect wallet, and it will be connected to your MetaMask. Is mine connecting? Oh, it's already connected. So then after connecting, you will come, or you can actually add it manually. So the way to add it manually is put how to add list sepolia manually. Yeah. And then after adding it, I don't know why these MetaMasks are freezing. Maybe let me stop the server. Yeah, after adding it manually, so as you're deploying, here you choose injected provider, and it will have to be Lisk. So here you have chosen Lisk Sepolia as the network. Was that fine? Or I should elaborate more, Mr. Mwanji? Mr. Ron? Is it okay? All right. So I haven't gotten an answer. I hope that's fine. But you can always often post in the Telegram where you are stuck. Yes. Any other additions? It's exactly 9. All right. So if not, I want to thank all of us for really being here. It has been some good start and opening up to code. So see us tomorrow, and in case you have something, you can tell us. In case you don't have anything, yeah, it's a great time to have you here. Have a nice time. As people are not leaving, what's happening? Judith, did you leave the computer there and disappeared?
Maybe she's still debugging.
But yeah, it has been.
Who is debugging?
Huh? You're still breaking it down into smaller files.
No, I just didn't want to open because I have a very weird background. I don't know whether you guys can hear it. It feels so crazy.
Okay.
So I want to, yeah.
All right, all right. How should I break it down? I feel I might break it down and people get lost. Or I just upload it the way it is. Or what should I? Huh?
There is the one I did. I was using Etherscan.
Yeah, I think Etherscan
And
is really.
I broke it down. It has many files.
Okay.
I don't know if I can have access to the central code and I upload it there.
I can send you the logins and yeah. I think
But we've had a good session, guys. Allow me go. Me a bit still on my VS Code trying to follow up what you're doing. But okay, let me first end it now.
okay.
Love you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right. Let me. Um, Maybe we could use that because VM sometimes disturbs, and actually I changed it at the last moment. So I was trying it on the phone and Ethers wasn't working well, and yeah.
Yeah. Let me see.
Okay.
This shortcut.
GitHub. Probably you can upload that. Maybe I can just upload mine as an addition, or yeah, because I think Ethers is a good starting point for someone who gets scared. But have a great day. I've sent you the details, so